"24 hours to save Brexit. May warns no Brexit more likely than no deal as final vote looms. Parliament is now more likely to block Brexit than allow Britain to leave the EU without a deal," Theresa May is to warn. In a rallying cry ahead of a critical Commons vote on her deal, the Prime Minister will use a speech in Stoke-on-Trent on Monday to urge MPs to consider the consequences of their actions on the faith of British people and democracy. With less than 36 hours to go until the much-anticipated vote, Mrs. May will warn that trust in politicians will suffer catastrophic harm if they fail to implement the result of the referendum. The Prime Minister will say that while the two sides in the 2016 referendum disagreed on many things, they were united on one thing, that what the British people decided, the politicians would implement. She is expected to say, "I ask MPs to consider the consequences of their actions on the faith of the British people in our democracy." On the rare occasions when Parliament puts a question to the British people directly, we have always understood that their response carries a profound significance. Parliament understood this fact when it voted overwhelmingly to trigger Article 50. And both major parties did so too when they stood on election manifestos in 2017 that pledged to honor the result of the referendum. We all have a duty to implement the result of the referendum. Mrs. May is widely expected to suffer a crushing defeat on Tuesday, prompting a flurry of speculation over what will happen next. In the absence of any extension to Article 50, Britain is scheduled to leave the EU on March 29, regardless of whether an exit deal is agreed. But while it appears there is no Commons majority for any form of Brexit, there is almost certainly a majority which